Hello everyone, it's Animation4. Welcome back to some more FTB Continuum. So I want to... Just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna skip all the formalities. You're gonna jump right in. This thing didn't work. Thank you. They're laughing at me. This thing didn't work, so I need to find some way better to smelt a bunch of stuff, because I'm getting a lot of ore. That ore is basically going straight to the crusher. And I have to smelt it, which is annoying. Like, here's a bunch of aluminum that I had smelted, which is a pain. I'm gonna set up a smelter thing. Not gonna be that. So it's basically between an iron furnace, which is just a furnace but better, and an electric furnace, which is a furnace but electric. And I'm not sure which of them actually is faster. So I don't really care about efficiency. I have all of the coal I could ever want. Let's see, there's 256 in here, there's 380 here, and you know I got a couple stacks of ore that I can fortune mine to get however much I need. There's also some over here. There's also some over here. Yeah, there's 180 there. I got plenty of coal. Power. Plenty of coal. Is this at an appetite? Please hold. He was also out of dirt, so. Go. Clean that up. I think it only turns to sand once it runs out of dirt, so if I keep it stocked with appetite, it's fine. Like, really could do that with just, like, an item node. A barrel. I haven't yet. Distractions. So, I'm gonna test. I have power. Like, this thing's full, 1,000,000 RF. I'm planning on upgrading this thing today to the better one. It's not worried about power, I'm worried about speed. So what I'm gonna do, is this thing actually redstone controlled? I want to test if this is redstone controlled. If so, I don't think the main one is though, so it just doesn't matter. I think this one's gonna be slower, so I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and start it first. I'm gonna basically throw both these in here. And you don't see what happens. That one's done. Yeah, this one's definitely faster. I'm just gonna say right now, it's already at 2. It was only halfway through. The electric furnace is by far faster. It's not overclocked, and I don't really want to, because that's overclocking isn't efficient enough. It gives you speed, but the power like 20% speed increase for a double power consumption. At that point, I'll just have 2 electric furnaces. So yeah, this one's finished 6. This one is just finishing number 4. The electric furnace is clearly the option here. It also means I don't have to worry about coal. How many electric furnaces do I want? Well, I mean, I got 7 things right here, so I got another iron one already. I'll say a bunch of electric furnaces. Having more doesn't really cost me anything except the cost to make them. It's not like they use power while idle or anything. Then make a bunch of electric furnaces. Each one takes 7 iron, so I need 49. Went to here. Yes. Well, that's off doing its thing, being loud. Let's talk about what I want to do today. The big thing I want to do today is move this somewhere. I think it'd be really cool once we do. It will have a place it belongs. All of these parts and components will be visible where they need to be, accessible easily. Like, this tank up here is just kind of like in a random spot. This water tank is kind of small in a random spot. Everything is going to be easy to get to, easy to see. Like, you're not going to need to see the gearboxes. You're not going to need to see the pipes. Like, these will be visible. These will be visible. Stuff like that. It'll be really cool. And I want to organize down here. Figure out where exactly everything's going to go. This is all stuff I said last episode. I'm just reiterating it for emphasis. Because everything needs to find its place where it belongs. I might rearrange this a little bit, because there's a lot of space for this thing when it doesn't need it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this room. It's like, it's nice, but it's too big for what it does. So that's the plan. First, we're going to set up a furnace farm thing, and it's just iron furnace, electric circuit, and a bit of redstone. It's pretty straightforward. Be back in a bit with some of these furnaces. I've been doing some building, and I feel like my creativity's already peaked. I'm out of building juice at this point. Got 2 hallways now, or not 2 hallways, 2 walls on this structure, and 2 more openings. There's kind of no pattern where the openings are. They're just kind of there. This one, I'll go into that one. This one's for the industrial craft stuff. And over on this side, I put up walls here to kind of thin the whole thing because it was taking up a lot of space. Might move it back 1. This doesn't need this much space. I gave it way too much. But the walls are too thick, so each side can have a different wall. In here, we have just general machine stuff. I'll probably be spending a lot of time in this room just for general crafting things. I'm using glass fiber cables for everything right now. I'd like to upgrade to different cables because these glass fiber cables are hard to build around. There's the cable down there. I have to use these covers to cover it. You can see it's not perfect. Little lip there, but you don't notice it. The walls are not going to stay cobblestone. Temporary. So the cables come in actually around here from the generator. This is the power generation line. Anything I put in this line is specifically to generate power, like the survival generator and the coal generator. Here we have the big battery, which can be improved on. There's plenty of space, and everything on this side is power consumption. This runs down to that. It runs along the whole back here. The really close here, it goes up into the roof, all the way across this side where it comes down there. There's something else I've added. You notice the metal press is gone. I've moved the metal press, and also become very annoyed with switching the plates. What I've done is I made 3 of them. With 3 individual metal presses, they each have a different plate on. I believe this one is right here. One is the wire. This one is the plate. This one's for gears. So regardless of what I need to do, I just come in and drop some stuff off to do it. What can I do right now that I'll use that? Make a circuit. Copper. Need these. I haven't actually tested this yet to see if it works. It should work. Let's see why it shouldn't. These. I need this refined iron to be made into a plate. How are we going to do that? We're going to come to the plate chest. Got the refined iron in. And hopefully something happens. Yeah. So I have item ducts down here. They're set to a stack size of 1, so it only pulls out 1 at a time. I'm hoping that it pulls it out at approximately the speed this can process them. Maybe not for these. This one I might increase the stack size to 4 because the gear one takes 4 items. But the problem I was having back there with the item extractors, items would just kind of build up, waiting to be processed. And I was afraid if I left too many items there, they'd start despawning. It never happened, but I was worried about it. Then they all funnel at the end of the conveyor belt. This chest. Nice and convenient. Then I'm missing something. Is there a glowstone in this? I don't remember this recipe. I do it in large bursts. I don't do it all at once. This gold. I always do like an entire stack of these. I'm not used to just taking like 1 at a time. Gold in there. These 3. I can do something like this. And you know, it does its thing. It uses power. Not sure how I'm going to decorate these walls. I might make it themed around the Empower and the cool anti-blocks I got here. Make them go up to the ceiling or something. But again, this room kind of has to be redone. And I also opened up this wall. So this wall was just a cobblestone wall because it was a back area. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think this is going to be the EFAB room. Like, just picture right now. You got the EFAB maybe like right here. Then along this back wall, maybe some big tanks. Over here, you got some steam power. Here you got some electricity power devices. You just hear and everything's happening around you. But you just got to access this one thing in the center. I think that's like what I'm going to probably be going for. Actually, if I put power here, power connection right above here. That's input power though. I need output power. So I'll figure it out. But that's the plan. What was I working on? Furnaces, right. now that I've been sidetracked, I gotta figure out where the heck these electric furnaces go. My thought is they're probably gonna go in here somewhere, but even that wouldn't make sense because it's, you know, I come in here to like do simple things like use the carpenter once or use the squeezer once, or maybe empower an item that I have that can be empowered. I don't really have anything that can be empowered. Use the rolling machine once. Small things. The furnace is for like mass production. So I might do something back here. Just have this be like open space. At least over here. Maybe I'll put it back in this corner or something because I don't really need to see it. Actually, this would actually be a good spot. Can even like upgrade it more in the future. Go with it right now, ready? Do like this. Here is the item output. I hope this is big. Cool. There's a time in industrial craft where if you broke something with a pickaxe, it would go back to machine frame. I'm not sure if they removed that or if it's less common now. Something like this. On a glass fiber cable behind them, it fills that gap, and all I need to do is access like right here, and it'll just do it. I think that'd be pretty cool. So this section here can be random stuff like that. This wall will probably extend through and leave this bit open, I guess. Not quite sure how that's going to work. I'll figure it out. Okay. So I got these all hooked up now. The pipes, cable running in the back. So I have a reinforced servo here, and it specifically has to be at least reinforced, because then you get this round robin option. Then a hardened retriever down here, which doesn't give you the option, but doesn't matter. It's just going to pull things out. To make the retriever, I actually needed an Eye of Ender. I needed to make a chemical reactor. That's over here now. Luckily, it's just one block. It's not actually that expensive. It's 2 extractors and a compressor, and some circuits. Really not that bad. I have this set to a stack size of 4 right now. Since there's 8 of them, each of them should get 8. I mean, they're regular item decks. They're not... How hard would it be? I suppose 50. I could make these. I have the fluid transpose and magma crucible thing. Look what this does. I have to configure, don't I? Do I? I didn't. I've done this before. Wrong side of the chest. Need to hit this with a wrench. I'm gonna start hitting things with wrenches. The zombies outside. Figured it out. It was in here. Set this. Like that. There. Orange. That means maybe one is input, one's output. Maybe it's input. This is backed up. Started flowing backwards into it. Auto output. Yeah, it did all of them. All of them times. They all have 8. This one. Well, out of power. For some reason. I don't know why they're struggling to keep up with power. Really weird. Kind of like the pipes themselves are drained right now. The pipes only really work when they're full. So I kind of think I just have to leave it for a bit, let the pipes fill back up. I remember I had this problem before where the pipes kind of were empty. All the system power is going to just filling the pipes. That's probably what's happening. Quick little diversion. I'm about to go on a little caving trip, and I realized my thing's almost broken, so I need to break down a cobalt. Normally what I've done is I've just thrown cobalt in here and gotten 1 back, but I can actually get 2 back now. It's because I have the magma crucible. The magma crucible will give me 2 ingots worth, 288 millibuckets per thing. However, how do I get it into ingot form? Here's how. I'm gonna just throw it in. Let it do its thing. I'm gonna come up here. Grab this. There's a few things I'm gonna try. I'm pretty sure any of them are gonna work. But I'm gonna try all of them. That's it. Because this is set to auto output to the side, the casting table basically acts as a tank like anything else, and once it's full, it starts crafting. So, really weird way of doing this, but the magma crucible at this point is an electric smeltery. Also, I still have no idea where all my power is going. I think it must still be filling the pipes or something. I don't know. Pipes aren't even filled yet. Hopefully after the end of the little caving trip, everything will be ready to go. I'm an idiot. I know what the power problem is. So these were slowly running out of energy just while doing pretty much nothing. 1. So I put in a single thing and they're like, I can't do this. It's only 128 FE, but I can't maintain that power. And I was really confused as to why. I figured it was because these cables had to kind of fill up with energy since I just placed a ton of them. But even things that are close, like the sawmill here, was struggling to produce these oak planks without running out of power. I'm like, that's kind of weird, and none of the cables seem to have much power in them at all. But I go over to this side, and it's just doing fine. Yeah, whatever. Problem is, I never set this up to input and output. So the first time, if you remember, when I first placed this down, I had to use the smart wrench to actually configure which sides were input and output. I didn't do that now. There's input. There's output. So now you can see the power cell's actually doing something and providing this side with power. So now the cables can actually start filling up a little bit. According to this, each cable can hold 163K, which is a ton. But they have infinite transfer rate at their nodes. Well, seemingly infinite. I guess 163K is infinite enough. But it should be good now. If we come down here, yeah, see now this one's popping up to 63 instead of 33. If I throw in a cobble again, through the long complicated process of taking one out of the dev null, it's still, now it's filling up. Now the cables are filling up with power, and very soon it should be all good. Yes, they're definitely filling up now. Once at the end, they're starting to get stuff. Once they're all filled, it should run properly and it'll be good. Like I said, I have the power. It's just not getting where it needs to. I'd still like to replace these cables with better ones. Well, there's no better cables, just nicer cables. Weird thing I'm going to try here. I'm going to put the crusher underground partially. Like this. Then I can cover a decent chunk of it. Blocks. Of course, make sure I don't fall in. But I'll put like some... It'll be kind of cool. I'll put like warning things over it. And there'll just be this hole in the ground where I throw stuff. That way I don't have to climb up to get into it. And it'll be nice. I think it'll be a good thing to have. And I could decorate it with like micro blocks and make it look like just some massive grinder that you could see all the teeth turning for. And also it's further away from here than it was before. It's like way over there. So when I'm chilling here, I won't hear it. So good things all around. Grab some more glass fibers. The pipes, the cables do seem to be filling up. They call them pipes. Because the industrial grind over here is maintaining. And I'm using the industrial grinder because the crusher wasn't up. And, you know, it gives me other stuff too. Here's half a stack of nickel and 8 tin from some iron. And you know, it's maintaining a charge. It is, I think it's still more than I'm producing, but the cell over here acts as a buffer, and so do these cables. It doesn't falter at all. I have enough of a buffer to not have anything I do have any impact on my power supply. Gotta connect this up. Ah! I was not expecting that. Let's not fall into the grinder, because I'd be very sad. I was not expecting... I didn't realize that was a vein, but it just did the vein mining thing, because it was a vein of coal. Never thought that would come back to bite me in the butt. Went up to the cable right there. Should have power. Nice. Simple enough. Next thing I have to do is I have to run a item duct from down there up to a chest near the surface somewhere. I don't quite know where yet, but it'd be kind of cool if all of my immersive engineering things all went to the same place. Like this is going to this chest. If this went to the same thing, let's actually connect. Can I make it connect? So if there's no thing there to drop into, these will just drop on the ground. But I think these servos can actually pick up off the ground. If I just drop a servo, force it onto that spot, which you can do. Say, put a servo right there. And always on. I think technically it will get items from it. And I'm just gonna... Oh, don't connect there. That is not what I want. I need my quartz wrench. I have like 3 different wrenches at this point. It's awful. One of those mod packs. It's no universal wrench. Not this one. Up here, just like... I don't know where to send this to. Do I have a chest in my inventory? No, I don't. Off. I got it. Chest up here. Just drop it into a chest, because if there's nowhere for it to go, it won't do anything with it. Give it a place to go. There. And... does this go in the crusher? It does. It gives you 4 coal. Alright. Crush. Well, that didn't work. So that means I have to do this. Not much different. It actually saves me an item duct, which are more expensive than chests. I really shouldn't be too upset about that. Auto pole. Go. There it is. Hooray! I want impulse item ducts so bad. That's so slow. Movement is so slow. Yeah, so I'm gonna spend some time probably playing around with how this looks. Put in safeguards so I can't walk into it. And then figure out what to do from there. Pipes are now up and running. By the way. I know we're doing something else. I just wanted to mention it. Everything over here is now working. But I did do some building. I made something. I think it looks pretty nice. Gonna back up blindly into a place where I know there's something in the floor. But no. So here's my grinder. Crusher, not grinder. I buried it in the floor. I used some chisel factory blocks around the outside. These are actually, you can tell the little lip there because there's a cable under this one. So I needed to just raise it all up so it looked flat. And then some yellow stripes around the edge where the warning is. Then I have this yellow ring up here, which actually prevents me from walking into it. So I can't accidentally crush myself. Okay. I just go pour in. It grinds it up and ends up in this chest over here. Eventually. There it is. I did replace, you can look closely, I replaced the item ducts with impulse item ducts. I made some of these. It was pretty straightforward. The magma crucible, however, melts down glowstone extremely slowly, so it did take a little while, but I have time. That time is not super demanding. The next thing I want to do is melt down, I think, 16 redstone. Oh no, it's more than that. It is 40 redstone. Oof. That's a lot more than 16. That's fine. It's gonna take a little while because I think we can do some sneaky stuff here. Some of the things in here require signalum. Signalum is an ingot, and you can make this signalum blend using pulverized copper, silver, and destabilized redstone. Destabilized redstone bucket we can make right now. That's what I'm currently doing. Making destabilized redstone. I'm gonna put it in a bucket and craft the signalum blend. Question is, how do you then get the ingot out of it? There's no furnace recipe, so the best you could do was an arc furnace. However, smeltery and casting gets around that. I'm actually curious if it works for Enderium too. Probably not. Enderium. Yes. Okay. Who needs an arc furnace? There's this whole quest line. Look down here. Mo beta alloys requires the arc furnace. You can see that's an Enderium right there. It wants me to make an arc furnace, which is way back here. I need to make a squeezer first and one of these before I can make an arc furnace. Lots of machines make an arc furnace. I can skip that whole process and go to casting. And do with this water. I have actually empty bucket. Empty bucket. I'm going to see if that works. Picked it up. That's gonna keep doing its thing. I come up here and make some signalum. And once all the signalum's made, I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the... Yeah, it's... Right? I might have made too much copper. I did make too much copper, I know that. I'm going to see if I can do the same thing with the magma crucible where I throw it in here and cast it from there, as opposed to melting it down with the smeltery. Because again, the crucible is basically just a electric smeltery. Actually, would that... I don't think you can make resonant ender in the crucible. I think you can make destabilized glowstone though. Destabilized redstone. Nope. Still in the crucible. Nifty. Yeah, so I'm gonna make this up. We'll see if it works. You can skip things. Haha. Moment of truth. By a single signalum blend. Oh, I just dumped it to here. Rip. Shoot. What can I do about this? I can output this to the side, I think. I think it might be good. I don't know. I'll find out. Take this. This left side here is output to yellow. So that's where the signalum should go. Say this. Hey, it worked. Boom, signalum ingot quest skipped. I have to turn this to no output there. And melt all this down. Pop this here in the cast. And I have... How many did I just make? 16 signalum, I think. Yeah. That's very nice. Not cheating. It's using your resources.